expeirence. We got the very best guy.
Angela, best tour guide ever.
And the greatest driver.
Albert, the street racer.
They're the best. I love it. Even though
Angela.
owes me $5.
What?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, Jim. We do have some safety rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance, or if you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, I want you to reach up, grab that red emergency cord that runs on the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, please stay seated at all times, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Remember, the studio is private property, so if you drop your cell phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, please pull the red cord and remain seated. There is no smoking of any kind and no selfie sticks allowed on board. You may experience loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and a lot of water effects. So keep your cameras out and ready. Just keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. All right, we're in the movie studio already. Isn't that amazing? So some of our greatest hits are on the posters over here to the side of the tram. But we've actually made over 8,000 movies. We opened on March 15th, 1915, over 100 years ago. We were founded by a man named Carl Lemley. Now, he was a German immigrant who decided to make a city dedicated to the art of filmmaking. And that's what he did, because immigrants, they get the job done. That's my Hamilton reference. You're welcome. One woman in the front car loved it. So, I feel good about that. Now, we are a real city when we have our own fire station over here on your right. Hi, fire station. We also have our own emergency medical services. We've got our own gas station, our own sheriff's station. And on our opening day, we elected our own mayor and our own chief of police. And both of them were women. Isn't that a fun fact? Back in 1915. Isn't that crazy? It was right in the middle of the women's suffrage movement, and Universal employees wanted to show their support for women's right to vote, which I am still very excited about. And we are about to see our soundstage.
Your most memorable moments. Where someone had choose from. You know, I love the film is like when Will first enters and how that movie is life changes forever. Well, the Bel-Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit back and hold nice back. Yeah, that was real fun. I can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, in a part of this lot is the talented crew put it all together. Hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Yes, Transmo's the best. And we have the smoothest rides for us to play with. Actually, speak me up. We're gonna get a ride like this. We better go talk to Transmo now and let these people get back to their tip. Hey, that sounds good. Yeah, tell them not to drive. No, not if I got the keys. Man.
So if you haven't seen Bel Air, it is a remount of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. They've reimagined it as a drama instead of a comedy. Now, that soundstage where they were filming on, that is also where they filmed the shower scene in Sundown, and is where they shoot Hacks for HBO Max, starring Jean Smart, who I think has won every possible award for playing her role on that show. Soundstage 14, right over here. That was the home to Superstore on NBC, starring America Ferrera, Ben Feldman, and Lauren Ash. Check it out. Yeah. Doesn't that look like a real store? Let me tell you the truth. That is not a real store at all. That is entirely a soundstage, and it's made out of wood, which is crazy, right? We can make anything out of wood, Hollywood. Anyway, that soundstage 14 is also where they filmed Mission Control for the movie Apollo 13. They wanted to film in the real Mission Control in Houston, as in Houston we have a problem, but Ron Howard found out that it was too narrow for them to bring all their camera equipment into. Soundstage 16 on your right. Do we have any Mindy Kaling fans today? That is where she filmed the Mindy Project. She also played Kelly Kapoor on The Office, and it's where the TV show she created and produced. So, called Never Have I Ever on Netflix. Did you watch Never Have I Ever? Honey, I watched all of season 4 in 2 days. It's so good. Recommend. It's on Netflix. Filmed over there. Oh, look, we got a celebrity sighting coming up on the right. It's the Minions. They're here because Illumination Entertainment has their offices in our bungalows. Illumination produces not only the Despicable Me movies, but also Sing and The Secret Life of Pets. Soundstage number 19 on your right is where they used to film The Good Place. Do you have any Good Place fans? Starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. That is also where Ted Danson filmed his show, Mr. Mayor. Now, I can't show you Ted Danson, but on your left is Ted drinking. Ted from the Ted movie, yeah. He's actually right next to some parking spots for some guys with the last names Lord and Miller. If you've heard of Lord and Miller, it might be because you've seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or maybe you've seen the After Party on Apple TV Plus, or the Lego Movie, or Clone High. They created all of those shows. Now, they have their offices in our bungalows, as do the creative team from the TED TV series that's coming out soon. All of these buildings, the tan ones on your left, these used to be dressing rooms for the stars back in the golden age of Hollywood. Now, these are offices for some of the biggest writers, directors, and producers in town. 5180 on your left has been the office of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for a while. His company, $70 Productions, has been stationed over there. Also, if you were a fan of the Wicked musical, they're making a Wicked movie. If you look to your left, you might see Barton Flat Productions. That's who's producing it. It stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. They're making it's like a two-part film. Blackmail Productions produced the last Space Jam movie. 5195 used to be the office of the incomparable director, Alfred Hitchcock. He made films like Psycho, Vertigo, and Rear Window, all of which were named by Lady Gaga in her song Bad Romance, which I'm now going to sing for you because Albert loves my voice. Okay. I want your Psycho, your Vertigo stick. Want you in my rear window, baby, it's sick. Did y'all know Gaga was a Hitchcock fan? You know, Lady Gaga, those are the real lyrics, by the way. Lady Gaga won an Academy Award for writing the song Shallow for the movie A Star Is Born. Hitchcock was nominated 6 times, but he never took home a competitive Oscar. Gaga won, Hitchcock 0. The soundstage is over here on your left is where they do a lot of new shows, including Killing It with Craig Robinson, Lopez versus Lopez, which stars George Lopez and his real-life daughter, Mayan. And it's where they used to film America's Got Talent. But we don't always film indoors, friends. Sometimes we film outdoors on a grand scale. And we're going to show you some of our outdoor sets. If you look to your right, you'll see we built a whole city here. This is just one of our pieces of our back lot. It's our metro sets. They look like a real city, but they are made out of wood and decorated with materials like fiberglass, foam rubber, and molded plastic. Believe it or not, there is not a single real brick on these metro sets. It's all just big sheets of molded plastic that they staple to the wood. That whole row of apartment buildings over there, it's called Brownstone Street. If you saw the movie Bruce Almighty, it might look familiar. That same street was used for a lot of other movies, including Home Alone 2 with Macaulay Culkin. And if you saw the movie Changeling with Angelina Jolie, they made it look like 1919. See, movies can take you into the past, and then they can take you back to the future. Did you see what I did there? That was like a great segue, right? Okay. Now, if you look over to your left, you will see that City Hall building looks a little different in person than it does on your screens. That's because it became so iconic and recognizable that nobody wanted to film here anymore because it was too obvious that this was Hill Valley. So a TV show came in called The Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, and we let them redecorate a little bit. The big columns that you see on your screen are still inside that building. They're just behind the doors. So if they ever decide to make Back to the Future 4, we have the columns there. Although if you saw Back to the Future 3, I don't know that we need more sequels. I think that they've said everything that needs to be said on that series. Anyway, so that is what's called a facade, all those fake bricks. It's when we just build the front of the buildings, and then we let your imagination kind of fill in the rest. Some of these buildings are facades. Some of them are what are called practical sets. That means they have a full steel infrastructure so we can film indoors and outdoors. Now that wasn't just used in Back to the Future, it was also in Psycho 2, Gremlins. It was the courthouse in To Kill a Mockingbird, which won Gregory Peck an Academy Award back in the 60s. So we've used it a lot for a lot of different things. And there's that Bruce Almighty scene where it looked a little too obviously like Hill Valley. And we are turning down New York Street, and no one better to tell you about New York than my favorite New Yorker, Jimmy Fallon. Oh, that is the wrong clip. Sorry, John Landis, it's not your moment. Thanks, Jimmy.
To New York. I started right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. It's actually my old neighbor. Always got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. Who's my favorite hot dog guy? Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Too bad. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, we shot right here on the Universal Metro set. So if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal line.
All right, friends. Now you know the truth. A lot of this is very fake, but we use these sets all the time. In fact, this street right here was used in Captain America, the First Avenger. Do I have any Marvel fans on board today? Fantastic. Right after Steve Rogers gets his super serum injection and he's chasing down a Hydra agent barefoot in Brooklyn. Welcome to Brooklyn. You see that movie theater over there? That is where Peter Parker went to see Mary Jane's Broadway show in Spider-Man 2, played by Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. Also, if you saw The Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone did some web slinging here. This is where they filmed the musical Newsies. This is where they filmed American Ninja Warriors, Los Angeles Trials. The end of Transformers, when Shia LaBeouf is escaping down the street, and there's buildings blowing up behind him. Right down there. And it's where Lady Gaga filmed her music video for Edge of Glory. Now, some of you are nervous, because that is my second Lady Gaga reference, and we're not that far into the tour, and you're like, oh no, we got the tour guide that's Gaga for Gaga. And yes, you did, but don't worry, little monsters. I'm going to try to limit myself to 3 Gaga references total, okay? For now, we're going to leave our concrete jungle behind and head into the real jungle. Here's Peter Jackson to tell you more. Wait, I had to wave so that you knew I was a real person and not a video clip. There's a rumor on Reddit that they've replaced all the tour guides with videos, but I'm really here, y'all.
Ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island. The Universal tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife in Skull Island.
All right, everybody, this is super important. Please hold on to your belongings at all times in this attraction. Because if you drop something in here, it's really hard for us to get it back to you before the end of the day and in good condition. So hold on to your loved ones, and by loved ones, I mean your cell phones. All right, are you ready? Welcome to Skull Island, Thailand. I want us to get amped up. So we're going to do a little call and response. When I say king, you say calm. King. Calm. King. Calm. When I say T, you say Rex. T. Rex. T. Rex. Oh, Albert, they seem alive today. This is going to be a good one.
Okay, glasses on, everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
might need them again later in the tour. Spoiler alert. Okay, I want to make sure everybody's okay back there. So when I say your car number, I want you to make some noise. We're going to start with car number 1. Nice. Way to get us started us off. Car number 2. There's one really good screamer in car 2. I don't know who it was, but it was nice. Car number 3. Okay, they drank their coffee today. Car number 4. Excellent. Car number 5. Car number 5. Car number 4. Albert, I think we lost car number 5. What do we do? We can't go back. It's too dangerous. Okay. That seemed like a really nice jungle, and I'm sure they'll be very happy there. They live there now, so raise your hands if you just got spat on or sneezed on by a dinosaur. Yeah, I have good news for you. Dinosaurs think is lucky. So now you're gonna have a great day. Yeah. King Kong 360 3D was created for us by the team at Weta Effects. They are a special effects house based in New Zealand. They worked on some. Oh, I got kiwis in my front car. Yes, so they worked on some movies you've probably seen, including the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, The Jungle Book. They just won their 7th Academy Award for making Avatar: The Way of Water. Did y'all see that movie? The whole movie is special effects. It's amazing. They did a lot of the Marvel movies, like Shang-Chi, Avengers Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And did anyone see Wonder Woman? In Wonder Woman, they did a special effects you might not have even known was happening. That's how well they did it. When they finished filming Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, was 7 months pregnant. And it was Weta's job to make it look like she wasn't pregnant. That is very effective in that film. You never would have known. She's wearing like a corset leotard the whole time. It's very impressive. Anyway, did you guys notice that Weta had the 5th car of our tram get taken off screen by a T-Rex? Anytime you see a vehicle on screen like that, it's called a picture car, and we're going to take you past some of the coolest picture cars in Universal history. I'm going to point out some of my favorites, like the red Ferrari from Magnum PI. As we drive past it, you might notice that Ferrari has plastic seats. That's because it's not a Ferrari at all, it's a stunt car. It has a Volkswagen engine, too. It is totally fake. Back to the Future 2 took place in 2015, so I feel like we're going to have flying cars any day now. The Flintstones use their feet to operate their vehicles, so those are very eco-friendly. They're like the first Priuses. In fact, they're prehistoric. I'm here all week, folks. Tip your waiter. Anyway, that is the driver's sphere from Jurassic World. Something's missing. Can you tell what it is? You said the glass? No, it's actually the kids. The glass was never there, because if it were, you'd see the reflections of the camera crew. So they have to add it in as a special effect every single frame. But my favorite is the tank at the end. It looks really good up close. It is actually super fake. It is 70% wood and styrofoam, but it looks even better on screen, because it turns out if you go to the U.S. military and you say, hey, we're making a movie about Transformers, can we borrow a tank? They say no. So you have to make your own. And ours is a lot easier to blow up. I don't know if y'all have seen the Transformers movies, some of you. There's a lot of explosions, so we like to be able to blow stuff up. I'm going to let somebody else introduce the next part of the tour. His name's John Hammond. That's right, we're taking you to where we store some of the set pieces and vehicles from that original trilogy, including the boat from Jurassic Park 3 will be on your right, and the mobile lab from the second movie, The Lost World, is going to be on your left. On your left. I love this mobile lab because just like everything else around here, it looks good, but it's made of wood. I'm going to show it to you on your screens, and it's not the only fake thing in this clip, because it's about to get pushed over a cliff, and that cliff is also fake. That is one of our parking garages that they covered with mud. Now, if you look up close on that mobile lab, you will see that there is wood splintering on the top panels. And as we pass it, if you turn around and look at that back edge, you can see that's pretty splintered too. And the reason that I drew your attention to that is so you would get nice and distracted and not notice the dinosaur attack. Did it work? Oh no, I did not know that was going to happen. All right, raise your hand if you just got to. I'm going dinosaur. Do you remember the lesson I taught you earlier? That's right, it's lucky, so now you're gonna have a good day. I mean, let's be real. It's what? What day of the week is it? It's Tuesday? You're not at work. You're not at school. You're at Universal Studios Hollywood on the world famous studio tour. Are you having a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Car 3 is really loud today. I'm very impressed, Car 3. Yes, I'm having a great day too. Now, have you ever noticed in the movies, somebody is always having a bad day? Because that's why we watch, right? To see how that conflict gets resolved. Like in the first Jurassic movie, there was a hurricane that knocked out the power and the dinosaurs escaped. And we don't get a lot of hurricanes here, so we had to figure out how to make our own bad weather. Albert's going to help me out with a little bad weather demonstration. Now, if you're making a thunderstorm, you need some thunder. Because thunder only happens when it's raining. And players only love you when they're playing. Yeah. The thunder comes out of speakers, lightning's made by strobe lights, and the rain comes out of a really cool machine we call a sprinkler system. Now, if you've ever seen like a rain delay on a football game or a reporter in a hurricane and you can't see the rain, you might know it's hard to see rain on screen because water is clear. So we make really big raindrops and light them from the side so the camera can pick them up. All right, you can turn off that rain now, Albert. What do you mean the button is stuck? Well, can you like unstick it? Like just press it one more. Well, now you pressed it like 8 times. Isn't that just gonna make like 8 times as much water? I feel like it could flood or something. Oh no. Oh no. I really like that the front car never thinks it's gonna get to them. That's great. That exact special effect was used by one of my favorite singers in a music video. Does anyone want to guess who it was? Lady Gaga! That's right! In her music video for Judas. Look, I got a bunch of psychics today. It was also used in a movie with Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and Amanda Bynes called Big Fat Liar, which is also what I call my ex-boyfriends. I would play that clip as we drive through Old Mexico. You might recognize these sets from Three Amigos with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase, Nacho Libre with Jack Black, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf, or episodes of Westworld, Quantum Leap, The OC, Star Trek Picard. Now I paused it because Paul Giamatti used a stunt double here, and I just wanted you to know that Lady Gaga did not. She let the water knock her over, and that's why she's my favorite. Gaga 1, Giamatti 0. Okay, has anyone here ever seen Western movies? How about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino? If you see this porch that's all blue, that is where Leonardo DiCaprio was on the porch talking to a young actress, Julia Butters, about his career. Then he went inside that building and did a whole fight scene, because that is a practical set. But these sets have been here since 1915 when we opened. And they're not just the Old West. In The Color Purple, this was the Deep South. In Saving Mr. Banks, this was Australia. In Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford, this was Alaska. So it can be a lot of different things. And it's been the set of some music videos. This is where Janet Jackson did her music video for Escapade, and where Jessica Simpson did her equally iconic music video for her cover of These Boots Are Made for Walking for the Dukes of Hazzard movie. Which is the only thing I remember about the Dukes of Hazzard movie. Now these sets have been here over 100 years. They have been renovated a bit, but who in Hollywood hasn't had a little work done? That's normal, right? Now we are, I can't believe this, already about halfway through the tour, so I just want to remind you guys, if you need to get my attention for any reason, if you dropped your cell phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, you're going to pull that red emergency cord over your heads and remain seated. I'll be back to help you as soon as it's safe for me to do so. Now over to your left, you're going to see a lake. We film on every part of our lot, and that lake is no exception. That was the ocean in McHale's Navy. It was the ocean in 2 Gilligan's Island movies. That's where they sang Old Man River in Showboat. And it's where they filmed the Amazon in Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, is anyone here a fan of our classic Universal monster movies? Yeah, me too. Okay, the rest of you, you've probably heard of them. Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Wolfman, The Mummy, Dracula. They even named one of the monster movies after my husband. The Invisible Man. Yeah, in fact, that movie is in its 90th anniversary year. it did film right here on the lot, and we're going to head to the sets where the Invisible Man filmed. Oh, look, there he is. As we do, though, I like to point out these satellites on your left. Those are NBC Sports satellites. They transmit Olympics coverage all over the U.S. every 2 years, among other things. The two big ones in the back just got married. The wedding was okay, but the reception was excellent. I hear they have a really great connection. That joke is just for people over the age of 25. Anyway, we are heading into Little Europe. These sets often look like Europe. That's what it was used for in the movie All Quiet on the Western Front, which won us our first Best Picture in 1930 at the Oscars. This was France, and this was Germany. This was also Spain in City Slickers with Billy Crystal. In Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks, this was the Vatican City. If you saw the Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement, you were in Genovia. If you're a fan of the... He's gonna jump backwards into the glass. And it's just a stunt gone not quite right. It's very funny. I love that. Now this one's also interesting. Does anybody recognize these two gentlemen on the screen? The guy on the left is Kirk Douglas. The guy on the right is John Wayne. Now in real life, John Wayne was about 6 inches taller, but they had Kirk Douglas stand on an apple box for this shot so they would look similar in height. But at the end of the scene, John Wayne walks away and Kirk Douglas has to awkwardly stand there. So awkward. Now, does anybody feel like going to the beach? Let's go visit Amity Island. It's beautiful this time of year. And yes, they did have a tiny shark problem in the movie Jaws, but don't worry. It's totally safe. Albert is a licensed scuba diver. He went out and caught that shark himself today. Give it up for Albert. Now, one of my coworker Paul likes to scuba dive on his lunch breaks too. Oh, wait a second. There's a shark. Wait, Albert, do you know if Paul's out there right now? Hey, Paul. Paul, if you're out there, there's a shark. Yeah, swim to the boat. It appears Paul has chosen hand-to-hand combat, which is a little weird because sharks don't have hands, Paul. They have teeth. Okay, well, Albert, I think we should just keep driving. I don't think there's anything we can do for him. Do you guys see the yellow barrel out there? That has shark bait in it. We do try to catch the sharks. Yeah. Albert's gonna stop so we can see if we can look at the shark. Oh, he's taking the bait. He's taking the whole pier. Uh-oh. The gasoline came unhooked. That's not good. Yo, that pier is lit. Alright, if you see a shark, scream. Need a bigger trip. Alright, everybody, give a wave to my old chum, Paul. Does anyone want to guess what kind of shark that was? Yell it out.
Great white.
Great white? That's a really good guess. It's actually mechanical. That is a mechanical shark. His name is Bruce. We got the name Bruce because Steven Spielberg named his shark Bruce after his lawyer. You know, lawyer, man-eating shark. That's like a compliment, right? Now, raise your hand if you've ever seen the movie Finding Nemo. Have you seen it? Do you remember that in Finding Nemo, they have a shark named Bruce? Now, you know why? It's named after Jaws. Now, our Bruce is swimming backwards, getting ready to scare the next tram or trolley that comes along. That is the only shark in the world that can do the backstroke, by the way. Steven Spielberg's was not that well behaved. The very first day of filming, it sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, and the crew started calling it Flaws. Wah, wah.
That's much more short.
Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton. It was also used in House of a 1,000 Corpses, in case you are a Rob Zombie fan. And on the original Quantum Leap. Oh my gosh, really? Guys, we never get to go down the street. I didn't think we were coming down here today. Okay, this is Colonial Street. If you are a fan of the Munsters, welcome to Mockingbird Lane. If you are a fan of Desperate Housewives, welcome to Wisteria Lane. If you are a child that does not know these shows, The Munsters was about really nice people who looked like monsters. Desperate Housewives was a show about monsters who looked like really nice people. The kind of lilac, lavender, pink house over there, that's where the monsters lived. It was in black and white, so it didn't matter what color it was. The yellow house is is where Susan Mayer lived on Desperate Housewives. It's also where Dee Dee and Kumar lived on Never Have I Ever, and it's where the Hardy Boys lived back in the 70s. The Gray House is where Ronald Reagan lived with his pet monkey in the movie Bedtime for Bonzo. That's right, kids. We had a movie star that became president. The 80s were a crazy time. Now, this same neighborhood was also where Tom Hanks lived in the movie The Burbs. It's where Christina Ricci lived in Casper, and it's been home to a lot of music videos, which obviously I'm going to sing for you right now because you know Albert loves my voice. Okay, All Star by Smash Mouth. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Dilemma by Nelly and Kelly Rowland. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Oh, Forgot About Dre by Eminem and Dr. Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they have something to say, but nothing comes out. Albert says I'm not allowed to sing that one on the tramp. This gray house is where Keenan lived on Keenan. The brown house is the Ace Hardware house for a lot of commercials. Blue house is where Brie Vandecamp's character lived on Desperate Housewives. Then there's a baby blue house. It's an exact replica of the Leave It to Beaver house that was used for the 1998 remake. It's also where Ted is going to live on the Ted TV show and where Bryan Cranston lived in the movie Why Him. On your right, the tan house. It was Gabrielle Solis's house. It's also where Jimmy Stewart lived in Harvey and where Don Knotts lived in The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. The blue house on your right looks like a fraternity because it was the Delta house for the TV series spinoff of Animal House. Yellow house on your left is where Nancy Drew lived, and the green house is where Matlock lived. Are you not impressed with all the houses I memorized for you? Between Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, and Matlock, a lot of mysteries have been solved in that neighborhood, but not the mystery of why Angela is car in Mr. Bean's Holiday. Look how much smaller it is than the Mini Cooper. Like, that is a tiny car, and he's 6 feet tall, so that's comedy. That's also a tinier than usual double-decker bus. It was used for the Wee Britain episodes of Arrested Development, which Charlize Theron said revitalized her career. These 5 in front, those are all from Fast and Furious movies, including Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger. Do we have any Fast and Furious fans? Fantastic. You know, they've said the next movie might be the last one, but they might make it a 2-parter, so that one would be the last one. But I think they're liars, and they're going to keep maybe making those movies till much longer than I'm a tour guide because they are very, very successful. It's our most successful franchise of all time. Now, I don't know if you all have places to stay while you're here, but we do have a motel on our back lot. It is called the Bates Motel. It was just used for Halloween Horror Nights, so they're taking some stuff down, it looks like, repairing some things, but they slashed their rates. Yeah, the rooms are killer, the showers are to die for. People are dying to stay at the Bates Motel. We're taking rooms at the Bates Motel. Now that guy's a real lady killer. He dresses like a mama's boy, which is weird. And he reminds me of Paul, which is a dead giveaway that there's a problem. But hi, Norman. I was just telling my guests how nice you look today. Looking really sharp, man. Oh no, too sharp. That's a knife. I like that a woman in car 4 just brought her child closer to the knife. I'm not really sure where that decision came from, but ma'am, I have questions. This set we're on now is the airplane crash from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. Now, a lot of things I've shown you today are fake. They're made out of plastic and wood and styrofoam. And this airplane is made out of airplane. That is a real 747. It was purchased from an airplane graveyard in the Mojave Desert where it had been decommissioned. So they weren't allowed to just fly it out here. No, that would have been too easy. They had to ship it out on flatbed trucks on the highway, which meant they had to chop it into pieces and put it on flatbed trucks. Now, shipping out here costs $60,000, or buying the plane costs $60,000, which is a good deal. Shipping it out here costs $200,000. See, they always get you with the shipping and handling. I'm going to let the production designer and director tell you a little bit more about the shoot.
Is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Stephen had. You again to sit down to talk about War of the World. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see. You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep listening. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now closed.
Robbie, get in.
Tom, can you repeat just that last part for me?
Get in.
Thank you, Tom. We're besties, y'all. Now, I love that film. This set has also been used for a lot of other things. Did anyone used to watch America's Next Top Model? had the models pose here, and if you're a fan of Nicki Minaj and Rihanna, they did a music video here for Fly, and this is where they do a lot of insurance commercials, because this is what mayhem can do to your neighborhood. Now that is a movie about an alien invasion, and Jordan Peele made one too called Nope. In Nope, if the alien was near, all of the electronic devices you have stop working, so you can't take a picture to prove what happened, you can't call for help, you can't even drive away. Here's Jordan Peele to tell you about his set from Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jr. Over there, look into the winking room and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Channel. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot.
Wait, what's happening?
Welcome to the world.
The tube man went down and the lights flickered out and we stopped moving. Oh no. Okay, everybody. Whatever you do, don't look up. Why did you immediately look up? Oh no. This is bad. This is bad. The alien's gonna find us. Okay, everyone, just breathe. 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 The lights are coming back on. I think we made it. Albert? Yes! Okay, the engine started. We're in business, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. You made it through an alien invasion. Except if you looked up, then you don't deserve any applause. Now, we could have died. Anyway, hey, I don't know if you guys can tell this. When I'm not a tour guide, I'm a professional actor. Would you have guessed that? No. And I thought it'd be fun to put you in a little acting exercise. Are you ready to get quick and angry? I said it wrong. Are you ready to get fast and furious?
Yeah.
That's how I should have said it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna pull into this truck garage, and I'm gonna give you some motivation, some backstory. Someone in the trolley is in the witness protection program. There's a bad guy chasing after us named Owen Shaw. It's our job to protect the witness from Shaw and his entire syndicate. Let's get some information from Rowan and Letty.
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone.
Wait, where's everybody going? Albert, why does this always happen when I go to your parties? Are my dance moves that bad? Or are your friends just jealous of how hot I look in these khakis?
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And what the other?
Roman Pierce. Roman Pierce. FBI, don't move.
Him?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. Slightly.
First of all, I don't work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Now, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss. You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Luckily for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You can shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm
See what I'm talking about?
call you back.
And
It was on vibrate. So,
don't trace us. Ops can't hold them forever. Letty, Roman, we're up.
Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab the truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
All right, everybody. The next scene is a stunt scene, so go ahead and put on your 3D glasses. Don't worry, you don't have to do any stunts. We're gonna let our secret street racer driver Albert take care of all of those. All you have to do is act. Just act brave, everyone. You got this.
Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come on, cover the left. Everything they're doing is loud enough. Moses, Letty, hook them up. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Oh, don't shoot! Got him on the cliff! Under construction! Everybody hold on! Hit the entrance! Ride and die!
Give it up for Fast and Furious Supercharged! Woo!
Hell of a job, everybody. You protected the witness and you can resume the reading.
It was crazy.
Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it. They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.